Alright, so for day 14 here, this is going to be the biggest deviation that I make. I've made some changes to Travis Mash's programming with the accessory work and some of the bench stuff, but for the most part I've kept the squat stuff pretty true to what his recommendations were that seemed to be working for me, and I just wanted to see how it went before trying to do anything of my own. But so this is going to be the biggest deviation so far. What is prescribed in Travis Mash's Squat Everyday program is either thrusters or clusters here, which would be, I think I videotaped myself doing a couple last week, but it just feels sketchy on my neck with the herniated discs that I'm coming back from. Sometimes the overhead work can feel a bit much. So in just reviewing what my previous maxes looked like, I generally get stuck around halfway. I've got a pretty clear sticking point, and there are a variety of ways to address that. But to try and get around it and get away from doing the overhead work with the thrusters and maintain variety in the squat variations that I'm using, I decided to switch over to box squats here for day 7. And I've been taught a number of ways to do these over the years. I don't do them very often. I haven't really done them in a long time, so I had to sort of re-familiarize myself with it. And in watching the video here, there's definitely a few things that I'm going to do differently next time. I was taught to do this with a much wider stance than what I'm using here, but my thought process is to try and mimic my actual squat stance as much as I could, but I do think that next time out I will take a wider stance. I definitely feel more in my hips, glutes, and hamstrings with my stance wider. So we'll see what sort of impact this has on my squat performance. And I'm just looking forward to doing them more. I haven't done them in a long time. So even like thinking about how to min-max the movement, obviously you want to do the best variation or the most you want to use the best form that you can and select a variation of an exercise that's going to move you towards your goals. But the reality for me is my squat is so weak. Like I'm basically a beginner, I feel like, relative to what I should be. Somebody my height, weight, and training age should certainly have a better squat than I have. And so I'm just so untrained in terms of heavy squats that I'm experiencing some degree of like noob gains. So the variation that I use, I think, is going to be less important right now because I'm going to get a lot of benefit from doing just about anything. But as the program progresses and as I get stronger, it'll definitely be more important to pay attention to what I'm doing exactly. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Finished off with some shoulder stuff here. This was a short day. I'll catch you next time.